And one of the things that has remained the same is what we are about. If we were in the building this morning and you kind of remember, you kind of go back and jog your memory as to what it would look like. If you would walk into the auditorium, if you kind of picture where the archway is, right now, above the doors in the auditorium is our mission statement. And our mission statement is to fully connect people to God and each other. And here's the thing, as much as things have changed, as much as our styles of worship has changed, and our vehicles of worship has changed, and our small groups have changed, and all the things that we look at that might have changed over the last 11 weeks, that mission still remains the same. Our mission is still to fully connect people to God and each other. And so the question becomes, well, how do we do that? How do we do that in an ever-changing culture, in an ever-changing moment? How do we have those kairos moments that help us to fully connect people to God and each other? If you've kind of been listening, and we're taking a break from this morning from the Empowered series we're in, but we'll get back to that next week. But if you kind of remember, a couple of weeks ago, we talked about the rhythm that we move to and the rhythm of the Spirit that He gives us, that we march to. The rhythm that we believe the Spirit wants us to move to is that idea of fully connecting people to God and each other. And so how in the middle of all the chaos, of all the change, of all the uncertainty that is, because we don't know what the future holds, how do we do that? And I think it's making sure that we have those kairos moments. Those kairos moments that are centered around our mission statement. The first is fully connecting to God. You heard me talk back in August of last year, almost a year ago, of what our core values are. And here's what one of our core values are. We believe that a relationship with Christ is a vital part to life. As we encounter God through worship, scripture, and prayer, we grow closer to God and are transformed by Him. And there's a couple of interesting words in there. The first is this idea of the word vital. What is vital? Well, it's something that's important. It's something that affects life. It is something that is full of life, full of vigor. And I don't know if there's a better way to describe what we want our relationship with Christ to be about. Because here's the thing. We don't want our relationship with Christ just to be something that only affects what we do on Sundays. It's not something that we look at the Rock Church, we want, well, my relationship with Christ is why I go to the Rock on Sundays. It's why I go to church. That's the fundamental part of my relationship with Him. That's the only part it affects. No, we want it to be something that affects every part of our life. It's not something that you just pick up and use when, Sunday rolls around or when you die. And because of its importance, it begins to affect the way that we live life. That there is no area of our life where our relationship with Christ, there shouldn't be an impact. The next word in all of that is that word encounter, and it is that kairos moment. It is that moment when we come face to face with God. We believe every time we worship, every time we open up our Bibles, is it a kairos moment for us to encounter God. And here's the thing. We don't just want you to have kairos moments when you come here. I mean, we want this. We want this to be a kairos moment in your week. A moment in time where you have an opportunity to meet God. A moment in time when you have an opportunity to worship. And so we want you to have that. But we want you to have them